DBS community, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super video here with Kyle Chris, and today we're going to be going over the black SRs and Unisons for Supreme Rivalry. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. As you see down below, you can go to any of the links down below or just type those into those websites. You guys can support me on those platforms as well. Hit the bell for all the notifications. We post videos daily. And yeah, we'll go into the black SR and Unisons here. First one's going to be Dark King Mechikabura. Some people irritated by the way that I pronounce stuff, which I find very funny, by the way. Dark King Mechikabura, power restored. This is a 30k deflect double strike 8 drop. If your opponent has 4 more cards in their warp when this card is played, choose all of your opponent's battle cards and send them to the owner's warp. Then choose up to 2 battle cards in your owner's warp with an energy cost of 7. Different card names, negate their skill for the game, and play them. You can't play non-black battle cards for the turn. You can play this card out for 4 energy if your leader is a Mechikabura only leader, and play the card from your hand. 4 energy. Okay. So the interesting thing is it says choose up to 2. The reason why you would choose cards in the warp, I don't know why you would choose cards. Maybe so you have cards on board so you can warp them with different effects. That would probably be the only way I can see you doing this, because this card says choose up to 2. So you can choose 0 and just not play any cards out. So you can just basically wipe them for 4. You can warp their entire board for 4 energy, and then now you have a 30k double strike on board that cannot be interacted with because it has deflect, and it's an 8 drop, so it can't be hit by Frieza. So this is a really good card. This is a very good card. 4 energy is a lot, and you're not going to be playing this on turn 4. More likely, this would probably be a turn 5 play. I can't see you playing this on 4 unless you already have an established board. It just doesn't seem very good. King Vegeta, A Kingdom Lost. It's a unique double strike barrier, 19k. When this card is played, choose up to 1 card in your opponent's hand or up to 1 of their battle cards and send them to the warp. So you get to choose. That's pretty good. Once per turn, if the card is in rest mode, your opponent attacks a leader. Your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and sends it to the warp. That's pretty good. That's actually very good. If your opponent has 3 or more cards in their warp, play this card from your hand. It's very good. Yeah, this is just a generically good black card. This will probably be one of the better black cards at anyone's disposal because, for one, it has the Saiyan special trait and also has no requirement on leader. So there's no Mechikabura, there's no Saiyan only leader. It can be used in any black deck. Now, obviously, most black decks are either Demon Gods or Saiyans. There's a few in between ones like a God or a Machine Mutant, stuff like that. But this can be used in any sort of deck. So this is very good. It's a very good card. Black Smoke Dragon, Offering of Destruction. Love it, love it. Looks like he was supposed to have a cigar in his mouth here, but they probably had to take it off for because it's a children's game. Rejuvenate, once per turn. If your leader is black and you remove 4 markers from this card. And then Rejuvenate is you pitch a card from underneath this and add the top card of your deck to your life. It's pretty cool. So it looks like they're still adding Rejuvenate, because black was the only color that didn't have a Rejuvenate, and they still don't have a Rejuvenate super combo. So I'm assuming in this set we'll probably get the Rejuvenate super combo. Maybe. Maybe. Activate main once per turn, add a marker to this. Very interesting. Okay. -1, your opponent sends one battle card from the drop area to the warp. You place up to 2 Dark Dragon Balls from your deck in your drop area, shuffle, then draw 1. Interesting. So the requirement is your opponent has to send a battle card from their drop area to the warp. So if they can't do that, yeah, so if they can't warp a battle card from their drop area, you cannot complete the rest of this skill. So they have to warp a battle card from their drop area. Yeah, they just have to choose 1. Then you can place up to 2 Dragon Balls. So if you only have 1 Dragon Ball or you have 0 Dragon Balls, that part doesn't matter. And then you shuffle your deck if you did that, and then you draw a card. This is actually a pretty cool card. Yeah, obviously you're playing it in the Mechikabura leader, but yeah. Very cool. So Mechikabura, Ritual at Hand. I almost said Rejuvenate. I got Rejuvenate on the brain. Ritual at Hand. 1 drop. When this card is played, draw 1. Cantrips are always good. Activate main if your leader is a Mechikabura. Look at the top 7 from the top of your deck. Play up to 1 Black Toa, Shroom, or Salsa. Energy cost 4 or less. 15k power or less. Or no, energy cost of 4 and 15k power or less. To shuffle your deck, you can't activate main on copies of this card for the turn. Okay, so this searches top 7 to play out a card. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm sure we'll see those 4 drops probably. Okay, yeah, I should have just waited. I should have just waited. Blocker, when this card is played, warp up to one of your opponent's battle cards. Opponent chooses a card in their hand, sends it to the warp, and draw 1. So this is a warp 2, draw 1. It's very good. Activate mana if your leader is a Toa or Mechikabura and you have 2 or more Dark Dragon Balls in your drop area. Place a card from your hand and place up to 2 Dark Dragon Balls from your deck in the drop area. Okay. The active main, you can't do the active main if you play this off of this card, because you'll hit the auto, but you won't hit this. So for 2 energy, you can play this, tap a black, search for a Toa, play the Toa. Toa then warps one of your opponent's battle cards, and then warps a card in your opponent's hand, and then draws you a card. So for 2 energy, you're drawing 2 and warping 2. That's very, very good, and it's a blocker, which is also very powerful. Shroom, ritual at hand. If you have 2 or more energy when this card attacks, your opponent chooses one battle card in the drop area, sends it to the warp. Then you choose up to one of their battle cards, and it costs 3 or less. This is pretty cool. I don't know if you would play this in the Shroom and Salsa deck for that auto. I'm not sure. If your leader is a Mechikabura only card and you have 2 or more Dark Dragon Balls in your drop area, play the card from your hand. Okay, so it looks like then there's probably going to be a Salsa one as well. So it looks like they all have this activate main that can be played with the Mechikabura leader. And then they all have their own they'll have their own auto. Salsa, when this card is played, your opponent chooses one card in their hand, sends it to the warp, and draw 1. When this card attacks, your opponent chooses one card in the drop area, sends it to the warp, draw 1, and you can't activate autos on this copy of this card for the turn. That's fair. So this card essentially draws you 2 and warps 2. Warps a card from the board and warps a card from their hand. This card warps a card from their drop area and then warps a battle card on board. Okay, yeah. So these are pretty good, especially since you can play them out with 1 energy from your leader. It's very, very good. Demon God Poutine, ritual at hand. Counterattack. If your leader is a black Mechikabura, only negate the attack and play this card. So you can only play this as a Mechikabura leader. If it's your opponent's turn and you choose one card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck, when this card is played, your opponent can't attack for the turn unless they choose to... Oh, that's disgusting. Wow, so this is Black Topo. Interesting. Now, the only thing holding this card back is that it can only be played in Mechikabura. Mechikabura is the only leader who can play this. You can't play it in any other deck. If you could, this may be this card would be an extremely expensive rare. It's still going to be a nice chunk of change. Yeah, this is very interesting. I wonder if there's a way that you can play a 2-drop on your opponent's turn. Because the auto is the actual play effect. The counterattack is the negate. So I'm interested. I wonder if there's a way to play this card out from some sort of card ability. Like an extra card or something. I doubt it. Yeah, this is a very cool card. Very cool card. And the full art's really dope. Dark Shinron, Wicked Wishmaster. This is a common? Oh, this art's about to be sick. 2-drop, 20k. This card can attack if your leader is a black. If your leader's black, when a battle card in your opponent's drop area is sent to the warp by one of your skills, draw a card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and send it to the owner's warp. Oh wow! So when you warp something from the drop area, this card also draws you a card, and then warps a card from their board. That's really good. If your leader is a Mechikabura and you choose one of your black Unisons with the Rejuvenate skill, place this card under it, add a marker to it. Oh, okay. So this is a very easy way to get Rejuvenate, which is actually extremely good. You can +1 on your Unison and then activate main on this to +1 again. And you can go from 2 to 4 really quick off of no energy, and then you can Rejuvenate off that. That's really good. This is a very cool card. Very, very cool card. Darkness Judgment. This is a sick looking full art. Counterattack, negate the attack. If your opponent has 3 more cards in their warp, you can activate this card's activate battle skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. That's very good. That's very good. Activate battle if your leader is a Mechikabura card. Oh, come on. You want to get in the video? That's fine. If your leader is a Mechikabura only and it's your opponent's turn, choose up to one of your cards and it gets 5k power for the battle. Oh no, for the turn. So it says choose up to one of your cards. So it is an activate battle. It can only be used in the Mechikabura leader. but you have the ability of giving your leader, it's basically a black sensu bean, which is very powerful. So the activate battle, you can actually choose, you actually can play it for free, and you can play as many of them as you want. Yeah, so there is no extra cost. Like you can only, it's not, you can only play one of these per turn, so you can bean basically in black now for free, and it also doubles as a negate. So this is a very, very good card. Very, very good card. What do you think? Yeah, it's a good card. Yeah, I thought so. Yearning for the Dark Dragon Ball is permanent. You can only include 7 copies of the card in your deck. This card gains Dark Dragon Ball in all areas. If your leader is a Black Demon Realm race, and your opponent chooses one of their battle cards with an energy cost of 1 and sends it to the warp. Oh, so you can activate main on this card to warp a card, energy cost of 1, which is cool. You can warp the Black Mass Saiyan, which actually would hurt the initial version of this deck. BMS does quite a bit. You can also warp all the True Fighting Spirit Saiyans as well. Choose one of your cards and it gets 5k for the battle. So this is also like it also works as basically as a 4-star ball, being able to just gain 5k for the battle, which is good. So yeah, cool. These cards are very interesting. I think the best card is probably this guy here. He doesn't have Deflect, which is the only problem with him. But being able to put this guy in rest mode, and he kind of has a weird Deadly Defender ability where it's like, okay, you can attack my leader, but if you do, you're going to warp a card. When he's played, you get the warp a card from your opponent's hand and their board, and it's a 6-drop, so Hatchak is viable with this. It has barrier, so it can't be killed by the Frieza, so it can really only be hit by Trunks. So it's really the only card that can hit it because it's out of range of hit. It's out of range of well, actually, obviously in Royal Condemnation as well, you can hit it. That's 2 cards. So outside of that, I mean, everything else is good. So yeah, this is a good card. I really, really like this card. A lot of the cards in this archetype are very interesting. Like the Vegeta that can play out all these cards for 1 energy is very cool. And then all of these cards have warping effects, and these two cards have both have well, this card actually is better. This card has a play effect and an attacking effect, while this card only has an attacking effect. This card has a very good play effect as well. Warping 2 cards, drawing a card, and now you have a blocker on board. Very cool negate for the Vegeta leader. I mean, they're all just very interesting cards. I would say my two best would probably be the King Vegeta, and either the Darkness Judgment or the Vegeta leader probably, or this here. Yeah, I don't know. They're just very, very good cards. Yeah. Black is getting more and more support, and I'm very happy with it. I'm glad that the demon gods are getting more support. Hopefully we can get a good demon god deck that can work. I'm getting some ideas looking at some of these cards. I think we can add some of this stuff in. So yeah, very, very interested. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of these cards down below. Let me know how excited you guys are for Supreme Rivalry. We will have some deck profiles sprinkled in through the next month from every archetype. I'm also going to be doing my my meta breakdown before the set comes out, as well as cards that you should buy from this set, as well as cards you should buy before the set comes out. We got a bunch of content coming, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.